They met again after 20 years and couldn't let go. A forbidden love story from Egypt. Part 1. First Love. In a quiet Nile-side city called Asayat, filled with sun-faded houses and the call to prayer echoing over the rooftops, two teenagers fell in love. Amina was the daughter of a goldsmith, always smelling faintly of jasmine and metal dust. Yassir lived 2 streets over, the son of a teacher who taught him to dream beyond borders. They met in high school, he shy, she fierce. Together they found something rare, a love that felt like oxygen. They spent weekends at book fairs, evenings by the Corniche, and countless hours talking about their futures. "I want to design jewelry in Italy," she once whispered on the school roof. "I'll build a logistics company that connects continents," he replied, brushing her hair behind her ear. When they kissed for the first time under a half-lit street lamp, it felt like the world had stopped breathing. That dreams, like the Nile, often carry you away. She got a scholarship to Florence. He left for Germany. They promised to wait, but distance makes promises fade. Years passed. Part 2. Parallel Lives. Amina returned to Cairo, opened her own boutique in Zamalek, and married a textile importer. They had 2 children, a lovely home, and a relationship that looked perfect on Instagram but felt cold at night. Yassir returned to Alexandria, launched a logistics firm that quickly grew across Mina. He married a literature professor, had a son, and built a name in supply chain conferences and regional papers. Their names were never in the same sentence again, until that spring day in Asayat. Part 3. The Meeting. It was the 20th anniversary of their high school graduation. The city hadn't changed much, still sleepy, still familiar. She came back to visit her uncle. He was there finalizing a property deal near the train station. And just like that, walking by the old café that still served cardamom tea, they saw each other. Her scarf fluttered in the breeze. He dropped his leather briefcase. "Amina?" "Yassir." They stared, unsure whether to cry or run. The air thickened. The café seemed to vanish behind the haze of memory. They sat down, ordered tea, laughed awkwardly. But beneath the surface, old feelings roared like a sandstorm. That evening, as the sun dipped into the Nile, they boarded a train heading north toward Cairo. Part 4. The week that changed everything. They checked into the Marriott Mena house, under false names, the pyramids watching silently in the distance. He touched her face like it was sacred. She kissed him like time had been starving her. For a week, they lived like lovers from a different lifetime, ordering room service, dancing barefoot to Kulthum, watching the city shimmer from their balcony. He whispered, "You're still the only person who ever made me feel like myself." She cried quietly into his chest, "You're the only one I've never lied to." Until now. They made love like they were burning through time. Part 5. The Secret Years. The week turned into a habit. Every month, they met, sometimes in Alexandria, sometimes Amman, sometimes Istanbul. Always discreet, always dangerous. They had code names, secret phone lines, shared playlists, and private Google Drives of photos and letters. During the week, they messaged constantly. At family dinners, Amina would glance at her phone under the table, smiling at Yassir's messages about missing her scent. He would sneak to the rooftop, pretending to take business calls, just to hear her voice whisper, "I'm still yours." They lived double lives, loving their children deeply, but unable to break free from the one person who made them feel alive. Part 6. The Breaking Point. 3 years passed like smoke, until one hot summer afternoon in Beirut, they were seen. A friend of Amina's cousins spotted them, hand in hand near a gallery. The woman raised an eyebrow. "Is this a business trip? Or something more?" Their silence said everything. That night, In their rented apartment overlooking the sea, Amina broke down. "I don't want to hurt anyone," she whispered. "But I can't stop this." He looked away, his jaw clenched. "What do we do, Amina? Keep lying forever?" They held each other until dawn. And then they made the hardest decision. Part 7. The goodbye that wasn't. They agreed to disappear from each other's lives, for the sake of their children, their spouses, and the people they once were. No texts, no meetings, no contact. Amina went back to designing necklaces and pretending her heart wasn't broken. Yassir buried himself in international expansions and early morning flights. But neither deleted the photos. Neither moved on. She still wore the bracelet he gave her hidden beneath her sleeve. He still searched for her in every perfume shop he entered. Some nights, she opened their old chat, just to reread his last message. And sometimes, when the wind blows over the Nile just right, she swears she hears him call her name. They don't meet. They don't talk. But they haven't let go. Because some stories are not meant to end. They just wait. To be continued.